to go. I don't go no more. From now on, everything's gonna be alright. Don't go, don't go, don't go, don't go. Don't ever leave me.
Guess it's time to start doing the bodywork on the Trailblazer. Y'all can see it's been sitting up. I'm gonna have to spray it off so I can find these dings and dents, all my imperfections a lot better. It's hard to see them on this dirty and dusty paint. So let me spray it off, then we'll get to finding these dings and dents. I gotta spray it off while I'm letting it dry. I'm gonna try to get some of this stuff off, like the tail lights and the emblems. The owner basically just want me to scuff and shoot it. It's gonna be some body work here and there, but nothing major. I don't think major gonna be this back here. He want me to somewhat get that shape back. Don't dig deep into it because ain't no telling what's up under here. He just want me to shape it up. And I seen a few dings here and there, but basically just gonna be scuff and shoot. So I'm just gonna start removing these emblems and stuff, tail lights, while the truck drying off. And I really want to get this up here. I gotta figure out how to get it up because I want to get some paint up under this here. We don't want this here to happen no more. Remove these tail lights here. See, it's just that simple. Take these tail lights out instead of trying to mask them up and paint around them. Let's get this emblem off. I know I can use some fishing line, but I gotta sand it anyway, so I ain't worrying about scratching up the paint. Antenna, get it out the way. See, I got these reflectors. They go right here. Got them off. Because if you don't get no paint up in here, this is gonna be the first place to start peeling and flaking, like it did up here. See right here? And then I can sand that, get paint all up under there where it need to be. Remove this molding. You can see they didn't remove it. They got paint on overspray. Much easier. Trying to mask it up. Well, they didn't even mask it up, they just painted it. Another piece of molding removed. Let's get this Corvette emblem off. I gotta get that adhesive off its wheel. And I need to get this off. I don't know why they left this on and painted it. I think this should be good enough. I can take some 320 and clean it on up, feather edge it. Remove the grill. Now I can actually remove this painted surface off the grill instead of trying to mask it up. It take a lot longer trying to mask that chrome and all that off, and they still got paint on it, as you can see. All you gotta do, flip it over, press these clips in, and that piece will come off. I done removed the front from the back, come to think about it, this truck ain't gonna have no chrome, so I'm gonna leave this on there. And I'm gonna paint this the color of the truck as well. I probably paint the emblem black or something, but it ain't gonna have no chrome on it. Put these nuts back on there, so I won't lose them. No paint. Pretty much got everything off the exterior that I'm taking off, besides some door moldings, but I get that when I start doing the jams. I need to get this third brake light off, but I'm thinking I gotta remove this piece here in order to get to the fasteners. So now we can start finding all our dings, which we already know this whole section here getting done. And I got a paint marker I'm just using, something like a crayon. You want to look at it at an angle. I think this side here good. Well, I see one right there. I'll put an X. X marks the spot. If I see some push outs, I circle it. Like I said, it's pretty much a scuff and shoot, except we gotta take care of some flaking. There go another ding there. Take care of some flaking, like up in there. Feather edge that. Things like this. I'm not gonna mark it. I'm just gonna go around. I'm just marking the dings and dents now. I think I see one. This hole need to be white. That come from getting in and out, you know, the driver's side. It's gonna take more beating than in the other side, the driver door. Yeah, I see some more spot there. We'll just say we're gonna mark this hole. Wipe that whole spot there. Then we got some runs that we need to bring down. I think I see one here. I think I found all my dings and dents. I'll take you around the truck and show them to you. Two there, a little small one on the bumper. I got one here, one there. I'm gonna wipe all this area here. Well, this, also this area. One here, one there. One here. Gotta work this area here. You can see it's pushed in, it's not lined up. Two back here. All that gotta be worked. We got one here and one here. Then it look like some bubbles here, might be some rust bubbles. Then we got two push outs up here. If I can get up here and show them to you. Got a push out there. Then we also got one here with a screw at. So I'm gonna knock those areas down with my body hammer first. We're gonna remove this 180 and put some 80 grit on here. We're gonna take our DA and scuff up the areas that we marked that need to be filled. Like the area there. We're just gonna put it at an angle so we can get some fill in it. That's all you gotta do. This spot up here, not sure what it is, but we gonna sand it and see. Yeah, looked like it was, you can see it was rust. Probably some brown metal and they painted over it, but we gonna sand it down. You see the rust. So we'll work our way on around. Here's this area that I said had some rust. You can see it's a little small pinhole there. I'm gonna take some fiberglass filler and wipe over this here. Also over this back here, I done started sanding it. The rest of it just getting regular body filler. You can see here I cleaned this up. I'm gonna try to get this gap right. I'm gonna take my body hammer and try to knock this back some because the gap should be somewhat like this gap up here. And up here, that's all messed up. You can see the gap up here. A lot wider than down here. And this gotta be built up. You see I took my body hammers and knocked this back some. Trying to widen the gap. You can see the gap. It's looking a lot better now. Take my DA and clean this up some more. Now it's time to do some shaping. We're gonna mask this here. I took some sandpaper, cleaned this edge off, but we're gonna mask it up so we don't get no fiberglass fill on it. Well, if we do, we'll be able to get it off pretty easy. But this the shape we need to keep. We're gonna go by this door. And I went to the other side. That line carries all the way to the back. So we're gonna take some tape. Need to get that line all the way to the back here. We're gonna do the top. Then I can start doing the bottom, filling in the bottom. And we'll take some fiberglass filler, start wiping. See, I got my tape line here. Also got one here. We're gonna do it in sections. We're gonna build this area here up. Also, we're gonna build this area here up. And then once it dry, then we'll work on this area and that area. I'm gonna show you the fiberglass filler. It's Duraglass. Should be enough hardener. Okay, this is what I got so far. See how I built this up, then I built that up. Now I gotta go back and do the top. But I'm just gonna use regular body filler to do the rest of it, because I got my gap how I want it somewhat. You can see I kept my hose for the weather stripping. But here's the gap. Still gonna get cleaned up some more, but that's a good start though. Now I'm gonna take some regular body filler and finish it on out. Might as well wipe my other areas as well. All my repair is wiped with filler, lightweight filler. Take you around the car or the truck. Here's this area here. I put fiberglass filler on this first, then I came back with some lightweight filler. I just gotta block it. Keep that body line. Same way with this side over here. Fiberglass filler. Here's these two areas up top. That one. Also that one. I probably don't start blocking till 3 more days, because I gotta finish up something else that I had already started out, just letting it dry. Letting the primer dry. I'll jump back on this in 3 more days. But this is gonna be all in the same video though.
1 week later.
Now we're back on the Trailblazer. It's been about a week since I was on it. I had to finish up a couple more projects. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna lock all this filler down, because you don't want to never start blocking with that top layer of filler, because it's hard. And what we're gonna do that with, we're gonna use some 80 grit on the DA. Need to change this pad. We're gonna put some 80 grit on here. And we're gonna lightly go over the top layer. All the way around, also back here. Knock that top layer off, we should be good. Then we can start blocking it. 80 grit. Like I said, we just trying to knock that top layer of filler down. Once we knock that top layer of filler down, we'll be able to block it a lot easier. That should be good there. You don't want to knock it down too much. These all my spots knocked down. You see? Put some tape over the handle so I won't hit it and scratch it up. Even though I'm a primer, but I'm trying to have less work. And I didn't even worry about this here because my pad is 6" and I would have been hitting the handle and the molding up there, so I'm just gonna hand block it. Now we're gonna put some guide coat on this here. We're gonna use dry guide coat this time. I know y'all see me using spray paint, flat black spray paint, but I like to switch it up on every video, show you different ways of doing it. It's gonna be the dry guide coat here. We're just gonna wipe it over the spots that we just knocked down before we start blocking it. Give us a guide. It'll let us know what's high and what's low. Let's wipe some on that. So I really don't like using this here because this stuff get everywhere. We're just finna get dust in the way with the blocking, so it ain't gonna really matter. This stuff here go a long way too. Don't take much. Now we're about to start blocking. I got two blocks I'm gonna be using. This smaller block and this larger block. I'm gonna use this smaller block on everything except this area back here and the area on the other side. You wanna use the size of the block of the repair area, because this block here, it covers the repair area. On this back here, I'm gonna use the straight line sander, but we're gonna do that after I block all these other spots down. And we're gonna be using 180. You could use, we're gonna use 80. You could use 180 but I'm gonna use 80 because it cuts a lot faster, and I gotta prime it anyway, so we'll be good with this 80 grit. Guess we'll go up here on this hood. I can show you. You can already see. If you still see some black guide coat, that means the air is low. You got to continue blocking. Now we know this area here flat because we don't see no more guide coat. It's good to go here. Here's what it looked like after the blocking. It's good to go for some primer. I still got to do these bigger areas like this here. I'm gonna hit that with the straight line before I start hand blocking it. Let me show you the straight line I be using. It's the Hustler, the Hudson's Hustler. I'm gonna use 80 grit, same paper that I use on the block. First, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take some masking tape and put it along this body line so I can keep that body line. I'm gonna do one section at a time, same way I did when I wiped the filler. Something like that there. Just a guide. I'm gonna store it at the top. Then when I get to the top somewhat flat, I'll move the tape to the top and do the bottom. Let me get my straight line. I never changed the sandpaper, but I'm gonna go ahead and use this one here. This is what it looked like. Everything feather edging pretty good. I don't really see no low areas. Except up in here, I got a feel. That was a high area with a metal showing. Looks like this somewhat low here. But I gotta move the tape up now. I'm gonna do the same thing with the bottom. Then I'll go down on this part. Let me show you what I got. This area here gonna have to be filled some more. You see it's low. Also, I'm gonna have to clean this out. It's out too much. This here gotta be filled just a little. Also up in here, gotta be filled. This here gotta be filled. This gotta be filled. But you gotta clean it up. It ain't much. Just finished up with this area and the other area on the other side. Now I'm gonna take some of that dry guide coat, wipe some more on it, and hit it again with some 80 grit on the block. Here's the guide coat. Ran me another piece of tape along the body line. Do the same thing. I'm just gonna be doing it with a hand block this time. All my filler areas sanded down and blocked with the 80 grit. Now I gotta go around and find all my my areas that's peeling. The paint peeling up, flaking like this here. I gotta address those areas. I'm gonna take some 180 on the DA and hit this back here, feather edge all this here. Like up in there, feather edge that. Oh, this gotta be feather edge. Paint chipping there, feather edge that. I might feather edge this with 320 around there, so I won't have to prime it. Let me take care of that, then I'll cut you back on. I done did a lot off camera since my last clip. I'm gonna walk around the car and show you the stuff I done. I took the molding here off on both doors, well, all four doors. I took the rocker panel side skirt off. And I've been doing some feather edging around where the paint was chipping back here. I done got all that. Also got this here. I took that piece there off to hold the wiper. Been feather edging this. Feather edging all that. Right there where the Corvette sign was at. Feather edge up in here. Front and back. It was chipping here. There. Took the gas tank with the gas fuel cap, not fuel cap, but the cover, whatever you want to call it, I don't know. But I took that off. I'm getting old, losing my mind, tired as well. There was some runs here. Knocked those down. Then feather edge and all this here where it was chipping. I did this with 320, all the feather edging. Because I don't plan on priming those spots, which some primer gonna get here when I prime that. And I'm gonna eventually take the mirror off when I start prepping for the painting the jams. Now, well, also up here, feather edge, all this shit was chipping. Also the rocker side skirts. The feather edge in this here. Now, I'm ready to shoot my primer, but before I do that, see, I'm gonna prime just these spots, the repairs, and overspray on. I'm gonna probably spray it from here to here, then overspray gonna get around here, so I'm gonna scuff this up. I could use a DA with some 320, but I think I'm just gonna take some of this wet sandpaper that I was using. Let me show you here. If I can get the paper right. I'll probably just go around. Just give me enough air so when I do spray it, it don't land on the shiny surface. Because if it land on a shiny surface, it's not gonna burn. It'll just be sitting on top of it. So I'm just gonna go around all my repairs. And I think I'll be ready for some primer, but I'm not gonna prime it till probably tomorrow. Cause it's finna get dark on me. I'm gonna finish up with this here and then tomorrow I'll be ready to shoot some primer. I'll cut y'all back on then. Well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wash it off since it haven't got dark on me yet. I might as well clean it up. Then I just pull it in the shop, and then in the morning, all I have to do is just shoot the primer. The less I gotta do tomorrow. She cleaned up now. I'll pull it in, then I'll cut y'all back on in the morning for sure this time. But it's gonna be like 3 seconds. Stay tuned.
The next day.
I'm ready to shoot some primer now. It's the following morning. I didn't mask up too much of nothing because I'm not gonna be spraying up too close to anything that I don't want to get no primer on. Besides the wheels, and I masked up this back here. Also the wiper, because I had already sanded it. I don't want to re-sand it in here. Keep it off the glass. The rest of it, I'm just gonna use a piece of cardboard in one hand, like something like this here. Let me mix this primer up, then we'll get ready to start spraying it. Here's the primer. Now I'm gonna spray some guide coat on it. I'm gonna use flat black spray paint this time, if I got enough. If I don't have enough, I just go back and use the dry guide coat. You can see how it's turning out. I got the can right here. Not much in here. Just start back here. Just want to lightly mist it on. Don't gotta be heavy. So that'll be good right there. I had enough. Good thing. Thought I was gonna run out. I ran out right at the end, so I'm gonna have to get another can of flat black. Now we about to start blocking this here. Got to get the 80 grit scratches out. We're gonna be using 180, but I think this is 150. Yeah, this 150 here. It's pretty much the same thing. We're gonna be using that with the same blocks that we had before. So let me put a sheet. I'm gonna use this smaller block on the areas, like I said before, on the smaller areas, but this bigger block back in the back. So let me put a sheet on both blocks and we'll get started. I guess I'll use this bigger block on this area here. It'll cover both repair areas. Just want to remove the guide coat like before. Like if you still see spots like this here, where the guide coat still showing, I mean you got to keep blocking those areas low. See, that's good now. Where's a little spot there? I can bring it down a little bit more. Then I go up here and do the same thing. Let me stop and show you. You see this here is low. That's low. And once I get through blocking this flat area here, I'm gonna take me a piece. I'm gonna do this by hand without the block because it'll square it off. Because this area here is not square, it's kind of got a bevel to it. I do it like this here. Same way with down here. This here is good. I guess we'll jump back here now. I'm gonna use this bigger block. I guess I'll start right here below this body line, from here down to here. You don't want to do it all at one time because you want to keep that body line. See how it's coming? I open this door here so I can get this edge. Once I take care down here, then I start up here and come down like this here. This body line. You could run you some tape like we did before, If you're not sure, it's really up to you. You just want to take your time on that body line. Once I get that body line right, then I just finish it on out up here. Pretty much all you gotta do. I'm not sure if you can see this, but it was high here because I cut through the primer. You can see body filler. So it's a good thing I used that guide coat to block it, because you would have never seen that high spot. Let me finish on up now. I'll cut you back on. All the blocking done with 180. I found a few imperfections, going back filling with 1-part glaze and putty. It's quite a few back here. Here goes the 1-part glaze and putty. Minor imperfections, spin holes. Once that dry, I sand that down with 180. Then we should be ready to shoot our final coat of primer. Finished up with all the sanding of the glaze and putty, 1-part glaze and putty. Now I'm gonna take some Scotch-Brite and I'm gonna hit around my area that I sanded, because this time I'm gonna spray the primer a little bit further than what I sprayed the last time. I'm gonna spray it around by here to cover up them 180 scratches. This here is more like 320, 400. Once I finish this here, I'll blow it off, wipe it down, then I'll be ready for some primer. primer. Unmask it, take it outside, give you a better look at it, because pretty much really can't see too much in here. Guess we'll start doing the jams, prepping the jams for paint next. Which I still gotta sand this primer here. I gotta sand the whole entire truck, but I'm gonna do that with 320 or 400, probably 320.
Nobody really gave a damn about us. We never stopped.